there are many applications of the definite integrals, but what we will be dealing with lang kay ang mga geometric applications. So there are also physical applications of the definite integral, like finding the pressure or the work, no? So mga practical siyang applications. But what we will be dealing with, because of time constraint, kay mga geometric lang nga applications sa definite integral. Because this is the concept good of the definite integral. So we will be starting with the area under a curve and then area between two curves. But basically, ang area under a curve kay makonsider na siya nga area between curves. So medyo pareha na sila. And then we will be solving for the volume of the solids of revolution. So basically, ang katong gipangita na nga area, ato to siyang ipatuyok sa isa ka axis of revolution. And when a plane region is rotated about an axis of revolution, what is formed is a solid figure, and we are going to find the volume of that solid figure using integral calculus. So let's start with the concept. Nganong unsay concept ana? Nganong pwede man nato magamit ang definite integral in finding the area? Okay, so first, let me ask you if you are familiar with this symbol. Unsa na siya nga symbol?
Summation.
That is a sigma, right? Nga symbol. And that represents summation. Okay. So, when do we use this symbol? Kano saas niya siya nato gamiton? For example, we want to add the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Sige, 15. We want to add all of these numbers. What single notation can represent the summation of all of these numbers? So instead of writing 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, instead of writing blah, 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 what we are going to use is the sigma notation. So for supposing each number here is denoted as x. The summation of x, so for each summation of x from 1 and dun, pilam na sila kabok, 15. Okay? From item number 1 to the from first term to the 15th term. Okay? Muna'y gamit ana, muna'y pasabot anang summation. Now, why do we discuss that? Okay, let's go to the application of the asa na siya nato gamiton. Supposing we have the curve let's say that this is the curve y equals x squared. And I want to find the area bounded by that curve by this line, supposing that the equation of this line is x equals 4 and the x-axis. Unsa equation sa x-axis? Unsa equation sa x-axis? Anybody knows what the equation of the x-axis is?
X equals 4.
Ha? Unsa equation? Asa mong x-axis nato? Diba? This is the
The
x-axis. That's the x-axis. What's the equation of the x-axis? Anybody? Walay nakahibaw kung sa equation sa x-axis?
Equals 4.
X-axis man. Ang x equals 4, kay kani ang x equals 4.
Ang Y.
It's a line, nga niagi siya sa x-axis at 4. But I'm asking for the equation of this axis, x-axis. Unsa equation sa x-axis? Ha? Okay. Ang x-axis kay horizontal. Unsa to again? Unsa equation sa x-axis?
Y
Very good. It's y equals 0. What's the equation of the y-axis?
Y equals 0.
It
X
is,
equals 0.
yes, x equals 0. Now, I want to find the area bounded by this parabola, the line x equals 4, and the x-axis. So where is that area? It's this region here. Kanina siya nga region. Ba? Now, do we have a formula? Unsa man nga shape? Nabot ay specific nga name kung unsa ni siya nga shape, ani nga figure? Is this a triangle?
No.
It's not a triangle. It kind of looks like a triangle, but it's not because this is a curve here. This is not a line, right? Okay, do we have a formula? Specific nga formula. Para ani, para mapangita ning area ani niya nga figure. Do you have a formula for that? Wala. If that was a rectangle, the area would have been length times width. If that was a square,
S squared.
area would have been s squared. If that was a right triangle, or any
1/2.
triangle perhaps, area equals 1/2
Base
times height. If that was a trapezoid, what's the area of trapezoid?
4/3 length times width.
Area would be 1/2
1/2.
h times
times
base 1 plus base 2.
2.
Okay? So these are established formulas. But, you know, kani nga mga formulas class, gikan ra po na siya integral nga calculus. Okay? But this one, we do not have a formula for this. Now, the concept here is that we are going to divide this area into several portions. We are going to cut it into several portions by drawing lines here. Let's say, for example, I want to cut it into 4 portions. So, kay x equals 4 man siya, meaning, diri dapita, this is 4, this is 3, this is 2, this is 1. Dili siya equal sa akong drawing, but let's just imagine that kanang equally spaced ni sila, no? Okay. So, meaning kani siya, pilay distance ani? Pilay length ana niya? That's 1.
1.
Kani, this is also 1.
1.
Kani, this is also 1. And this is also 1. Okay? So, meaning, ang area aning tibuok nga area would be the summation of area 1, area 2, area 3, and area 4. Right?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Do we have a formula again? Mangutan ako, do we have a formula kung ako nang ikat, mura na siya purmaing ani, di ba? Kunya ni curve siya diha. Natay formula para ana, para sa area, wala. Do we have a formula for that? The answer is still no.
No.
So what we can do is to find the approximate area. Unsa nang approximate class? Unsa binisayaan ng approximate? Approximation.
Dapit.
Habit.
Is that the same as estimation?
Similar.
Mag-estimate ka o approximation? Approximately, the meaning it's close to the real value,
Close.
no? Very close to the real value. So, to find the area, approximate area of this shaded region, kaning gikat nato nga mga portion magporma ta og rectangle. Okay? We will form rectangles. So, rectangle 1. Tanawa sa kutob duha ang kuan. Rectangle 2, 3, and rectangle 4. But take note that each area height sa rectangle ni-touch sa curve.
Yes.
Okay? Okay, so upat na siya kabuok rectangle. Let's look at rectangle 1. Okay, rectangle 1. Area 1. So, ang rectangle, pilay width ni rectangle?
1.
It's 1. Pilay height ni rectangle?
Wala.
Wala siya height?
X-word.
Wala siya height? Kani di ay?
1.
Okay. Unsay equation ani nga curve? Unsay equation gani ani?
Y equals X squared.
Yes, it's y equals x squared. Y equals x squared. Meaning, ang height ni rectangle, kani iyang height, muna ang y,
Y1.
di ba?
Y1.
Muna iyang
Yes.
y, di ba? Okay.
1.
So, if x is equal to 1, pila may height niya?
1.
I-substitute diri. Meaning, it is
1.
1. Okay. It's 1. How about area 2?
1, 4.
Pila man po yung width niya?
1,
It's also 1. Pila na yung height niya karon?
4.
Nganong format?
2 times 2.
Okay, because ang height ni rectangle number 2 ni touch siya sa curve. Ni touch siya ani nga curve sa unsa nga value nga x at x equals 2. So therefore, if x is equal to 2, then y is equal to 4.
4.
Okay? How about area 3? Pilay width ni area 3.
1.
It's still 1. How about the height of area 3?
9.
9.
It's, okay, do you get it na? Giyon sa pagkuha ang height, ha?
Yes.
9. Okay, gisubstitute ra kung asa nito nung ang iyang height, gisubstitute ra din sa y equals x squared. Okay, area 4. Pilay width ni area 4?
1.
It's also 1. Pilay height ni area 4?
16.
16.
Pila?
16.
16. So therefore, the area approximately is equal to area 1 plus area 2 plus area 3 plus area 4. And that is equal to 1.
Plus 4.
Ari ko diri ha, pilay area ani, length times width, height times
1.
width, 1. Pilay area ani,
4.
2, 4. Pilay area 3,
9.
9. Pilay area 4,
16.
16. Okay. So 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16. Pila tanan?
30.
Okay, it's 30
Square unit.
square units. Is that the real answer?
No.
Is that the true answer? So it's just an
No.
approximate lang nga area. So the real answer is the true area Is it greater than 30 or less than 30?
Less
Less
than.
Nganong less than 30 man?
Agpart.
Kung sobrahan man,
Area nga true is less than 30 square units. Ngano man? Because of this portion here. Di ba? Ni sobra man ang rectangle. Now, what do we do? What do we do para kuan?
definite integral.
What can we do? Ayusa. What can we do para muduol pata sa real nga answer? Pwede nga excited. Pwede nga ato pag ini siyang i-divide. No? Into smaller nga divisions nga. Instead of ang iyang width kay 1, we can go 1/2 or we can go 1/4, we can go 1/8 or 1/16 hantod magkaanam ni og kagamay ang sobra niya. Okay? How about if di na ko palapason class? What if ato lang siyang kuan? Ato siyang kulang lang ang iyang area. Okay, let's erase this. Erase na lang tanan. Okay, and then we have x equals 4. Sorry for the drawing. And then we're going to divide it into portions. But instead of drawing rectangles nga nilapas, let us just draw rectangles nga naa sa sulod. Okay, pila ra ka rectangles ang madraw? Tulo ra, di ba? It's area 1, area 2, area 3. Okay, area 1. Length 1, width 1. Pilay width ni area 1? It's still 1. Pilay height? Ilistan ko nig h. Pilay h ni area 1?
1.
Pilay height ni area 1? Kani?
1.
Asa man i-touch? It's also 1. Okay. How about area 2? H2, W2. Width 2 is also 1. Pilay height niya?
4.
It's 4. Area 3. H3, W3. Pilay height niya?
9.
So, pilay total nga area?
13.
Pila? 14 square units. Layo ra kayo, no? Layo ra kayo. But is the real area greater than or less than? Is the real area greater than or less than?
Greater
Should be greater than. So, ang true nga area, ang area nga, real nga area, expected to be greater than 14 square units, but less than 30 square units. So, the concept here is, dapat class magkaanam ni og kagamay ang imuhang width diri para ma-taken into account ang mga kulang nga mga regions. Okay?
Yes.
So that what will happen sa width niya? The width will be decreasing, right? And when the width decreases, what will happen to the number of rectangles?
Increases.
The number of rectangles increases. Now, what we want to do is to decrease the width such that this width is already so small, meaning gagmay na kayo diri ang mga rectangles hangtod nga kadugayan mura na lang siya og line nga tanan sila nga line mo touch na diretso diri sa curve. See, kung line ra siya class tan-awa, wala nay sobra or kulang, di ba?
Yes.
Wala nay sobra or kulang nga portion. Pero if it's just a line, what is the width of the rectangle? If it is just a straight line, what would be the width of the rectangle? What do you think? If it's just a straight line, is there a rectangle form? Na ay rectangle, wala.
Ang line.
Walay rectangle. Kung walay rectangle, unsa ra man naa line ra, unsa ra may naa, it's just the height. But the width would be 0. And can we multiply height times width? Can we multiply that? Do we get an answer?
Zero.
Do we get an answer nga dili 0?
No.
Dili pwede, di ba? Because obviously it's 0. So meaning the width cannot be 0, but we will make it approach 0. Okay? So kani si width, we will make it approach 0. So as a summary, ang area of the region would be equal to the summation of y delta x. Kung sa maning y nga gi-represent, ang y muna siya ang height. Kung sa maning delta x, what is delta x? Muna siya ang width. Kabantay mo sa delta x, change in x. Nganong 1 raman pirmi class? This is x, kintahay, x sub 2 o x sub 1. Meaning, ang delta x here is equal to x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Pila man na siya? Pila may x sub 2? 2 minus 1. This is 1. Yeah, di ba? So, kanina po, si 3 minus 2. Pila man? It's still 1. So, muna iyahang delta x. So, the summation of y times delta x, this is already the area from rectangle number 1. Inunta that the number of rectangles from n equals 1 up to n. But then class, kani siyang si n kay, unsa gani na siya? As delta x approaches 0, what will happen to the number of rectangles? It will approach infinity. And because we cannot solve nga ang delta x mo approach ni 0, unsa man nga concept sa calculus ka nang pa-approach na to og certain nga number?
Asymptote.
Unsa man na nga concept sa calculus nga kanang pa-approach na to og certain nga value ang kuan, ang isa ka
Limit.
ang function. Very good. The concept of limits. Very good. So therefore, ang area of the region is equal to the limit. Okay? The limit of the summation of y delta x as delta x approaches 0 and then n approaches infinity. Unsa gani siyang delta x? Ang width. Unsa gani siyang n? Ang number of rectangles. And that is equal to the definite integral of, na siya? F of x dx from a to b. Asa naman na din hidapita sa ato ang drawing ang fx dx? So the delta x here is our dx. Kung saan ang dx? Approximation sa width sa rectangle. From A to B. So kung kani ang atong curve, kung sa man ang A to B, ang atong limits. Kung kani siya, muna ni siya ang ato ang sample nga rectangle. Instead of drawing all of these rectangles, what we are going to do is just to draw a sample rectangle, one sample rectangle. And then, tanaw na to kung asa siya nga area ni cover. Gikan diri, padulong sa right. Mo ni siya ang gi-represent sa ato ang limits diri sa atong boundaries. What is f of x here? Mo ni siya ang height. Muna siya ang y. That is f of x. Okay? And that's how we find the area of a region bounded by curves. So for example, we are going to find the area of the region bounded by y equals x squared in the interval, so mumanto siya akong giingon, 0, 4. Okay, in the interval 0, 4. Under the curve. So we draw the curve. Pangutana ani, do we know how to draw the curve? Do we know how to identify unsa nga curve ang gihatag sa problem? Kung moingon kog y equals x squared, makaila ba dayon ta nga kana day siya parabola? Ug asa na dapita nag-open nga parabola? Okay, this is y equals x squared. It's a parabola opening upward with the vertex at 0, 0. Okay? Ningon siya, area kuno under ani nga curve. Pero wala na siya, meaning area under the curve, meaning ang pasabot niya, under the curve, bounded by the x-axis. Asa man kutob? Gikan kuno sa 0, padulong sa 4. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Because this area, kani siya nga portion here, extend man na siya diha forever. Indefinitely. Ang iharang gitan-aw, kay kutob ra aning 4. So meaning, diri ra kutob. So kanira siya nga area. So instead of drawing the rectangles, what we are going to do, diretso na, wa na challenge. What we are going to do is to find na the definite integral diretso. But class, ato sang mag-drawing sa taog, ang atong gitawag og rectangular strip of approximation. And when we draw this rectangular strip of approximation, this is just a rectangle. And we have to see to it. Kani siyang shorter nga side, this is either dx or dy. If the rectangle is standing, the shorter side is dx, no? And of course, this is the height. And if it is naghigda, horizontal higda, vertical varug. Okay, if it's naghigda, this is dy. And this is its length. Okay? The dx there or the dy there always is the approximate nga width. And we have to make sure nga when you draw the rectangular strip of approximation, each end of its width must touch two different curves from one limit to another. For example, I'm going to draw a vertical nga rectangle. Let me draw this here. Ang pangutana, ma'am, asa diha ba gyud pirmi i-drawing si rectangle? You can place it anywhere as long as it's inside the region, shaded nga region. You can draw it here or here. If you want a small one, you can also write it here. Or if you want a big one, you can put it here. anywhere in the region as long as kung atong drawingan na siya daghan nga rectangle, if you move the rectangle from left to right, kaning isig end dapat mo touch siya sa isa ka curve. So at this point ang iyang gitouch ang parabola o ang isa ka curve ang iyang gitouch kay ang x-axis. And take note that the x-axis is also a line, it is also a curve. And then you label your rectangular strip. So this is dx and this is the height. So ang pangutana, pilay height niya sa rectangle? Pilay height niya sa rectangle? Ang area kuno sa shaded region is equal to mura ra kag magsulat diri og area sa rectangle. So unsa na may area ani nga rectangle? Ang height dx, di ba? That's h dx. Gikan sa kung nagtindog gani class, kung nagtindog gani ang atong rectangular strip of approximation, dx man ni di ba ang width? So ang imuhang movement sa imuhang limits, you go from left to right. Asa man nga value sa x nagsugod ang shaded nga region. Asa man nga value sa x nagsugod ang shaded nga region. We are looking at the limits. So, it is at x equals 0. Asa man ni stop? So, gikan kuno diri, tanan kunong rectangles, gagmay nga rectangles, tanan nga rectangles, ato kuno nang i-add. Gikan sa x equals 0, asa man siya mo stop? Padulong sa x equals 4. So, munang from 0 to 4. Okay? Muna na siya itong formula. But then, if this is dx, then this height must also be expressed in terms of x. Unsa maning height diri? Di ba, ni-touch man ni siya sa curve. Meaning, mao na siya ang y.
Y is equals x squared.
And what is y in terms of x? It is x squared. So, our area is the integral of x squared dx from 0 to 4. Kung pwede na dayon gamitan og calculator. So, pila may answer, ana? You have your calculator with you? Pila area?
(64/3).
Or, approximately, it's 64/3. And don't forget that because this is area, so you write square units or approximately 21.33 square units. So as you can see, it is greater than 14 but less than 30. So if gigamay pa to nato atong width ganiha, mas moduol-duol to siya ani nga value. Okay? Now what if di ko ganahan og nagtindog nga rectangle? Ganahan ko naghigda nga rectangle. Pwede ba? Pwede ba siya?
Pwede.
Pwede kaayo. Pwede na lang, ma'am. Okay. So let's draw this again. Drawing sa tag curve. And then, kutubra ko no sa x equals 4. So, kani, x equals 4. So, we look at this area. And then we draw a horizontal nga rectangle. Pwede jud bagaon ang rectangle, pwede sad nipison. So this is already dy. Okay? dy. Nya, what about this? Unsa ni siya?
Height.
Okay, pwede na siya.
Width.
Ingnon ta length. Okay, length. Because it is dy, ang atong limits kay would go from the bottom to the top. Okay? And if you go upward from y equals to y equals, basta ang movement gani, padung sa ka, ang atong tanawon ang y. Ganiha, ang atong movement kay padung man sa right. No? So from x equals to x equals, nakasabot? X, horizontal gani x, vertical gani y. Okay. Pila yung value sa y dinhi sa ubos?
4. Ay, 0. 0.
0. Very good. It's 0. Diba? X-axis man eh. Ang equation sa x-axis, y equals 0 man.
0.
Okay? So, asa siya kutob?
16.
Kutob siya, ani nga point. Unsa man ni siya nga point, class?
16.
Kani nga point, kung x equals 4, di ba, coordinate man ni siya. X equals 4. If x is equal to 4, niya kani siya kay y equals x squared man ni, y equals x squared. So, kung si x kuno kay 4, pila may y?
16.
16, very good. So, kutob ni siya sa y equals 16. Di ba? So, ang atong area is equal to the integral of L dy from 0 to 16. Naka-follow?
Yes.
Naka-follow? Correct. So, what is L in terms of y?
Upper,
Okay. Muna siya. This is more complicated than the other one. Nga naman. Balik ko sa isa ha. Because this one simply touches the x-axis. And the equation of the x-axis is, unsa ga equation sa x-axis? Y equals 0. So, mudritso ra nga ang height niya kay x squared. Kay gikan man siya sa 0, padulong sa x squared pasaka. Okay, now balik ko diri. Ang iyahang width, class, kay kutob ra man diri, wala man siya ni touch sa y-axis. So, unsaon man na siya nato? What do we do? Musubtract ta. For example, ha, pananglitan, na ako, mag-drawing ko glain. Na ako'y okay, na ako'y rectangle diri. Kaning rectangle, ni-touch siya diri sa x equals 5. Kani siya diri ni-touch siya sa x equals 2. Pilay length aning rectangle?
3.
3. How did we get 3?
5 minus 2.
Of course, ni-subtract rata, di ba? The length here is delta x. X, let's say this is x sub 2 and x sub 1. So, x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So, we use that same concept here. Kaya lang, we do not have a specific value sa x dire. Of course, here nata dire x, di ba? Unsa man ni siya? X equals 4, right? Okay. So, makaingon ta, we can substitute that here. Equals integral 0 to 16. Don't forget to put the open parenthesis. 4 minus unsa nga x?
Okay.
Unsa nga x? Unsa nga x? And take note that we can put this rectangle anywhere. Pwede diri. Pwede diri. So, varying siya, di ba? Magdepende siya kung asa ni butang. But it will always touch this portion here sa rectangle will always touch the asa man dapita. Unsa nga curve? Unsa nga curve ang iyang gitouch?
Y
It's the?
equals x squared.
Yes. It always touches the parabola. So, we can say, kaning 4, kay constant man ni siya diri, wa man ni siya nausab diri, this is always 4 here, minus x of the parabola dy. Okay? But what is this x of the parabola in terms of y?
X
Okay ha? Unsa man parabola? Ang parabola kay y equals x squared. So how do we express x in terms of y? What is x in terms of y?
Square root of y.
Square root of y. Very good. But it's a plus minus class. Don't forget that. Exactly why we have Canisia. This is the plus part. And Canisia, this is a minus part. For every value kuno of y, there are two values of x. Kasabot? Ang isa pa dong sa right, ang isa pa dong sa left. So, tanawon na to ang curve kung asa atong pilion. Is it the plus or the minus?
Plus.
Plus. Nga naman, kay ang padung man sa right nga area ang ato ang gitanaw. Okay? Kay kung diri pa to nga area ang atong gitanaw, we should have chosen the minus. Okay? But because ang shaded nga region kay nasa right, then we will choose plus. I hope nakakuha taan na. So, we use plus. So, therefore, x of the parabola here would be 0 to 16. 4 minus square root of y dy. So, mo dyan niya itong tanawon class. Kung dy gaya ni siya diri, tanan diri should be expressed in terms of y. And if dx gani ni siya diri, all of this portion here should be expressed in terms of x. Okay? So, pila may answer, ana? Do we get the same answer? Loading naman na si calculator. Nya tingalig mangita mo og y sa calculator ha. Walay variable nga y sa calculator. It's always x.
$21.33.
Yeah, so it's the same. Don't forget to kuan. Okay, so it's 21.33. So parehas sa itong answer ganiha, di ba? Imposible na siya og maglahi. So if malahi na sa answer ganiha, meaning sayo. So it's 21.33 square units. And what we just solved is already the area bounded by curves. So unsa nga area ang atong gikuan? Area bounded by the curve y equals x squared by x equals 4, which is a line, and y equals 0, which is also a line, the x-axis. So that's how we find the area. Another one. Y equals 9 minus x squared. Unsa na siya nga curve? What curve is that?
Parabola.
Parabola.
Asa siya nag-open?
Downward.
Downward.
Kay negative an x.
Yes, downward.
Sure na gid?
Yes.
Y.
Sige, ito yung standard form sa parabola. Pwede mo na siya mong x squared equals negative y plus 9, di ba? X squared equals negative y minus 9. So, asa mang vertex sa parabola, ani?
Na vertex.
Asang vertex
9.
niya? Okay. Inumdum pa mo?
0,9.
0, 9. Very good. Pilay lang sa iyang latus rectum.
9.
Dili. Ang latus rectum, ang katong tanawon, ang coefficient dire. Pila may coefficient dire?
Ay 1.
1. So, 1 ang length sa latus rectum. So, the parabola faces, asa pa doon gani?
Downward.
Downward with a vertex at
0, 9.
0, 9, and it goes down. Bounded by, and kuan man ni siya, and the x-axis. Okay, so meaning the region that we are talking about is kani siya nga region. But unlike sa example ganiha nga gibutang kung asa gikan, nabutang ang limits, diri dapita wala niya gihatag ang limits. Okay? But unsay forma sa rectangular strip of approximation nga atong ma-draw diri? Pwede ba horizontal or vertical ra ba or horizontal ra? What
Pataas.
do you think? Vertical.
Vertical.
Dili pwede horizontal
Dili. Mag-iba-iba.
or pwede?
Pwede pero iba. Duha ka buo.
Yes, pwede pero duha ka buok, no? So if we don't want to divide into two, then we just use the vertical. Okay? We use the vertical, sample ra ni siya dire. Now, to answer, maybe some of you are asking right now, ma'am, nganon di man siya pwede horizontal. If we use horizontal class, pahigdaon na to, di ba niingon ko nga dapat each end lahi ang iyahang ma-touch nga curve. As you can see, one end touches the parabola, and then the other end still touches the parabola. So, dili pwede. No? So, vertical ra ang pwede ani niya. Whereas, kung kaning vertical, one end touches the parabola, and then the other end touches the x-axis. Okay? So, therefore, we will label our strip. This is dx, and this is the height. So, the area, therefore, is equal to the integral of h dx, but class, we don't have the limit. So, if dx ni siya diri, then x equals gina siya. Pangutana, unsay left limit na to? Left boundary na to. So, mangutana sa ta. Aso sa pangitaon, pila ni siya nga values. Unsay coordinates ana niya diha?
Negative 3.
Okay,
Negative 3 ka na 0.
let's look at this point here. So, kani siya, naman siya sa y-axis, x-axis. And if the point is at the x-axis, meaning its
Negative.
coordinate is 0, di ba?
0.
0. So, kung na kay value nga 0, ato i-substitute dito sa ato equation. Nga if y is 0, pila day si x? So, x squared equals 9. So, x therefore is
3.
square root of 9. So, duha ka buok. Positive 3 o?
Or negative 3.
Yes, so very good. So, this is negative 3. And of course, this is positive 3. Di man po pwedeng negative 3 ning naa sa right, diba? So, nanatay, limits from negative 3 to positive 3. But what is h? What is h in terms of x? Since this is already 0, this is already sa equation kaya ang x-axis, y equals 0. So, automatic na ang height niya is the y of the parabola. And what is the y of the parabola in terms of x? What is y of the parabola in terms of x? Kani siya. So, 9 minus x squared dx. Nya, diretso ra. Di na ko mangitag solusyon ninyo, ani, unsaon pag-solve kay bright naman mo, ana. So, calculator na lang na. So, what is the answer?
9x.
Again, kung maka-encounter variable nga y, dili mangita og y sa calculator because you can't find the variable y
3 times 3,
in
9.
the calculator. Here it
3 times
is.
3, 9, 36.
Yes, it's 36
Square root of
square units. Very good. Okay, do you have any questions about that? Wala? Okay, let's proceed to the next example. This time we'll talk about y equals x cubed minus 12x bit and the x-axis between its maximum and minimum points. Kay nung pa mag-maxima ug minima? You still recall maxima, minima? Uh-oh. Pag first summer, kinsay nag-differential calculus dire? Wala. So meaning naka-move on na ta sa past? Naka-move on na ta?
Move on na. Kalimtan na, ma'am.
We move on, but we bring the lesson with us. Ayaw kalimot, ana ha? We move on, but we always bring the lesson with us. Mauna nga di na to kalimtan. Okay, maggamit to gihapon. Okay, so y equals x cubed minus 12x. What is that curve? It's already a cubic equation. Tulo. Kapila siya mo intersect sa, yes, mo wave siya. Tulo ka times siya mo intersect sa x-axis. Yes. Between its maximum and minimum points, how do we find its maximum and minimum points? Recall, unsaon pagpangita og maxima, minima? Unsa to'y duha ka method sa pagpangita sa maxima, minima? Na ay duha ka methods. Gitawag na to og FDT and SDT. What does FDT stand for?
First derivative.
First derivative test, and SDT is for second derivative test. Unsa to'y step number 1? Step number 1 is to differentiate y prime. So what is y prime here?
3x
3x squared minus 12. What is step number 2? What is step number 2? Excited sa second derivative. Pagani. What is step number 2? Very good. Equate to 0. 0 equals 3x squared minus 12. So if this is a second degree equation, meaning there are two values of x that will make this 0. And what are these values of x?
Positive and negative 2.
Positive 2 and negative 2. What do you call these values of x? Muna siya gitawag og critical values. Unsa ganang critical values?
The maximum.
Oh no. What are critical values? These are values of x
That will make it to 0.
that will make y prime equal to 0. And if y prime is equal to 0, so what? Meaning the tangent line, di ba kay numdum, ang tangent line kay horizontal. Meaning, kani siya, this is the possible abscissa. This is what we call a point called the critical point. And a critical point is possibly the maximum point or the minimum point. A critical point is not always maximum or minimum. Okay. Sunod sa critical values. Di ko ganahag FDT, mudritso na kog SDT. So we will use SDT in the case here. So kay SDT man, mangita ta sa second derivative. Unsay second derivative?
6x.
6x. And at x equals to, what is y prime? Y double prime?
12.
12.
12. At x equals negative 2, what is y double prime?
Negative.
Negative 12.
Negative 12. If, recall, if y double prime is greater than 0, meaning minimum, and if y double prime is less than 0, meaning maximum. What does y double prime stand for, and what is y prime? Y prime is the slope,
First,
diba? Slope of
Slope.
tangent.
Slope.
So what is y double prime? Rate of change of slope. Diba? So kung ang rate of change of slope ko no kay greater than 0, meaning gikan siya ang slope, diba ana kay negative? Right?
Yes, downward.
0, unya mo kana negative, unya mo 0, unya mo positive. Meaning minimum. Nakat-on mo ani sa una wala?
Cut.
Nakat-on sa una. Kani positive, unya mo 0, unya mo negative. Hindi pa ubos siya. So maximum point. Kay paubos man, decreasing. Okay? So that when we draw the curve, drawing sa curve, 1, 2, 1, 2. So x equals 2. Sa x equals 2, minimum kuno siya. But if x equals 2, pilay value sa y. Asa man siya i-substitute?
Sa y equals x cubed minus 12x.
Yeah, so pila may
2
value sa
times
y?
2, 4. 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8 minus 24, 8 minus 24, negative 16.
Okay, negative 16. And how about if it's negative 2?
2, 24, minus 16, 8.
Y equals negative 8 plus 24?
16. 2 times 2 times 8 tama 16.
Negative man eh. Negative 12 times negative 2 is positive
Positive
24. Minus 8 is positive
16.
16. So, negative 2, 16. So, ingnon ta nga, kani siya nga point, kintahay, wala na siya, ang atong calibration, ani. So, this is 2, negative 16, and this is
2.
negative 2, 16. Okay. Asam siya dapita mo cross sa x-axis? So, equation aning x-axis? This is y equals 0.
0. Y equals
Diba?
0.
At y equals 0, naitulo ka value sa x. Kung saan yun siyang tulo ka value sa x? Asa na to i-substitute?
0.
Pwede na nakalkyuhon. 0.
0 tapos x cubed. No, x minus x square root of 12 kay 4
Square
times
root of
3.
12
2
man na, diba?
2 square root of 3.
Pila man na approximately?
2
3
square root
point
of
something.
3.
So nilapas na siya aning maximum ug minimum niya. Ningon raman siya between its maximum and minimum. So ang atong tan-awon ang kadturang kaning 0, 0. So meaning ang atong curve kay dili na ta mo mind atong uban nga points. Kaya nga atong gi-consider kay kani raman nga area. Okay? So the shaded portion, ang atong area nga gipangita kay kani, o kani. Okay? So as you can see, there are two areas. This is area 1 and this is area 2. Now, how do we find the total area? We just add. So total area total is equal to area 1 plus area 2. But what is area 1? Unsay limits niya? Gikan sa negative 2, 0, nya kani, positive 2, nya vertical ato ang rectangle. So this is dx, kani lahi pod ni siya nga dx, and say this is h1 and this is h2. Okay? So what is area 1? Area 1 is the integral of h1 dx from negative 2 to 0 plus, okay, because this area is below the x-axis, if below gani siya sa x-axis class, ang ato area kay negative. So plus negative integral from 0 to positive 2 h2 dx. Okay, hinumdumi na siya. If nasa ubos, it should be negative. And substituting negative 2 to 0, now what is h in terms of x? What is the height in terms of x? Kanira siyang equation na to, no? So that's x cubed minus 12x dx minus integral 0 to 2 x cubed minus 12x dx. And so, please compute.
Forty
Pila?
40 square unit.
Tanan-tanan na?
Yes.
How about the others? What are your answers? 40 square.
Unit.
You should be able to get that. But don't forget, if the area is below the x-axis, it should be negative. And also don't forget how to find the maxima and the minima. Any questions so far? Wala. Proceed. This time, let's find the area. Between y equals x and y equals x squared. So this time, it's not bounded by the x-axis or the y-axis only. Let's be solving for the area between curves. Okay. Unsa ni siya nga curve? Kanang y equals x.
Line man. Hindi siya line.
It's a line.
Line lagi.
And this is parabola.
Parabola.
So that's the same parabola nga kung gikuan ganiha, no? So, let's draw that. Unsay porma ng y equals x?
Y equals X.
What is y equals x? Unsay porma ni y equals x? It's a line. Is it vertical or horizontal, or is it inclined to the right or inclined to the left? So na siya.
1 by 1.
It's a line inclined to the
Right.
right. Muna siya. Y
1 1 tama.
equals X. Okay?
Pataas.
The parabola, of course, mono ng parabola ganihan, no?
Okay.
Is the parabola facing upward. This is y equals x squared. So the area between y equals x and y equals x squared is this area. Okay? Kani siya nga area. As you can see, wala na siya na-touch sa x-axis or sa y-axis. So if you read the notes already, nga kung gihatag, ang una nga step kay drawing, unsa to'y sunod nga step? Actually, pwede ra gyud bali-balihon ni kung mangita ta sa point of intersection or mag-drawing na ta sa kanang rectangle. So usually, it's just you draw the figure, yung pagkahuman, tanawa, ilocate ang ilahang points of intersections. So this is one point of intersection and this is another point of intersection. So I think it's very obvious unsa man ang first nga point of intersection nila, unsay coordinates ana niya?
0, 0.
Yes, the first point of intersection is 0, 0. But how about the second one? Do we know the coordinate of the second point of intersection? Wala. So what we can do to solve for the point of intersection, let me use the acronym POI for point of intersection, we equate. So take note that y is equal to x kuno for the line and y equals x squared. And when two curves intersect, meaning, di ba, ang pasabutan ng point of intersection, ila na nga gi-share nga point. Nag-share sila na, nag-share pod sila ani. So meaning, pariha sila y ug x diha dapita, so we can equate. So ang x kuno ni line equals x squared. Right? Kay equal maning duha ka y. So x equals x squared. Now instead of canceling out x, what we will do is to equate that to 0. So we transpose. So x squared minus x equals 0. Do you follow? Naka-follow? And then we factor out x times x minus 1 equals 0. Therefore, x equals 0 and
X equals
x
to 1.
equals 1.
1.
Okay. So, at x equals 0, asa man na ito i-substitute kung nanatay value sa x. Bisag asa sa duha nga equation. It's either you choose the equation for the line or you choose the equation sa parabola. You will get the same answer. So, at x equals 0, y equals 0. So, pares ng duha, 0, 0 na nakay 1 point of intersection. For the other value of x, at x equals 1, pila value ni y?
1.
Kung ari ka substitute, y is 1. Kung ari ka substitute, y is still equal to 1. So they have 1, 1. Meaning this point of intersection is 1, 1. Okay? Next step is to draw the rectangular strip of approximation. Now, in the case here, class, sa ato ang curve, pwede duha. We can choose a horizontal strip of approximation or a vertical strip of approximation because kung i-drawing na to vertical, kung mag-vertical ka, maski asa ka mo drawing og vertical rectangular strip of approximation, makita na to nga ang one side, ang kaning isa ka end dire mo touch gid siya sa line ug ang pikas niya nga side mo touch gid siya sa parabola, di ba? So pwede ra. Pwede sad nga horizontal. Because when we draw the horizontal nga strip, anywhere in the inside the region, one end touches the parabola and one end touches the line. So either of the two. So first, let's use a vertical strip of approximation. So for the vertical strip, let me use a red. Okay. So this is dx, and this is the height. No? But the height here, take note, wala siya ni touch ang ubos sa x-axis. Okay? So the height here would be, inig-solve na ninyo ani class, it would be always. It would be ang curve nga nasa taas. Unsa may curve nga nasa taas? Ang line or ang parabola? Unsay curve nga nasa taas? It's always upper minus lower, okay? So it's always y upper minus y lower. And what is the curve nga naa sa taas? It's the line. So y of the line minus y of the parabola. All right? So for the area, for the vertical strip, this is dx, and the height here is y line minus y parabola. So, area equals, unsa may atong limits ani? From 0 to 1, y of the line minus y of the parabola dx. But again, since this is dx, we have to express each y here in terms of x. And what is y of the line in terms of x? Adto tatanaw sa equation. Y kuno is just equal to x. Line man. So x. And what is y of the parabola in terms of x? It is x squared dx. So could you please solve for the area? The answer is
1/6.
very good. It's 1/6 square inches. Okay? Now, what if it is a horizontal strip? Atong pahigdaon ng strip. So this is now dy, and this is now the length. Tanaw. So when it is horizontal, this is dy, and this is the length. But the length is, it's always x on the right minus x on the left all the time. Right minus left, or up minus upper minus lower. Now, unsa may naa sa right diri dapita? Parabola or line?
Parabola.
Parabola.
Ang problema pag gidaan ni di ta kahibaw kung asay right o left, no? So, x of the parabola minus x of the line. Okay. So, ang atong length here is equal to x of the parabola minus x of the line. So, area is equal to 0, 1. Manggihapon na tong limit, no? As we go up. Okay, same raman. 0, 1, x parabola minus x of the line dy. And again, because this is dy here, we have to express this in terms of y. Now, what is x of the parabola in terms of y?
X squared.
Huh? Mm,
X squared.
X, dili. X sa parabola in terms of Y.
Y. Y.
Ato
Ay,
gud ganiha,
Y.
if Y equals X squared, then X is equal to, kato pareha ganiha ba?
Ah,
Then X is equal to
Square root of Y.
square root of Y. Positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. Ngano kay itong positive?
Kay
hindi
nasa
man
right.
siya-
Kay naa sa right. Okay. So kay naa sa right. So therefore, x of the parabola is square root of y minus what is x of the line in terms of y?
Y.
Y. dy. Okay. Can you please solve if it is still equal to 1 over 6?
Loading ka.
Loading ang calcio.
Yeah.
May pag manu-manuho na lang ninyong solve, no?
Go.
Will answer.
0.16666 pero
Is approximately
1 over
0.17?
6. Yes. Or 0 or 1
Approximately
over
0.17 square inches. But that
or 1
is
over
also
6.
equal to 1 over 6 square inches. If you press 1 divided by 6, you will get 0.1666667. And pareha ba? So, it's really up to you kung unsa nga forma sa koan. Next. Maybe we'll have gipanggutom na mo. We'll have 2 more examples and then we'll go. Let's try this. We want to find the area bounded by y equals x squared minus 6x plus 10. Y equals 2 and x equals 6. Let's identify kung unsa ni sila nga curves. First, what is that?
Parabola.
Still a parabola. Maghatag niya akong sirkulan.
Ayaw mo.
Or ellipse. Or hyperbola.
Hyperbola.
What's the second one?
Line.
Line.
It's line. Vertical, horizontal.
Y equals 2.
Or inclined to the right or inclined to the left. Sure na gina vertical?
Horizontal.
Kaya di man vertical, so horizontal, no? If isa lang gaya na siya ka left
Ay,
or
Y, tama.
like
Y.
if it's x lang or if it's y lang, so it's if
Vertical.
di ba? Ax plus by plus c equals 0. So if the two variables are present, meaning the line is either inclined to the right or to the left. If it's just y there, meaning the line intersects the y-axis. And if it's a vertical line will never intersect the y-axis, right? If it's y equals 2, meaning we touch siya sa y-axis, meaning that's a horizontal line.
Horizontal.
And if it's an x there, meaning it is a vertical line because it will intersect the x-axis. Now let's go back to the parabola. Unsay porma ng parabola, ha? Does it open upward or downward? How do we determine the drawing of this parabola? Kay numdum pa mo unsaon, di ba, this general equation, how do you reduce that to the standard form? Kinsa may estudyante na ako dirig senior high? Ako estudyante dirig senior high kay baojud ko. Naajud ko estudyante dirig senior high ay kay baojud ko. Kadung nasi ilanan ay ilanan. But anyways, this is or nag-bridging ka mo, di mas nakahinumdum mo ang saon kay nag-bridging man mo. Diba? We can change this to x squared minus 6x. If we write the general, no? Plus y, or this is minus, diba mo muna siya, minus y plus 10 equals 0. Muna general nga equation. Right? If we reduce that to standard form, di ba, unsa buhaton ato ibilin ang naay tanan pareha nga variable on the left, ang kadung naay raised to the power of 2 on the left, and all the variables nga pareha ana. So in the case here, it's x squared. So we leave also x on the left. Pagkahuman, ang tanan lain nga terms ibalhin sa right. So y minus 10. And then, we complete the square on the left. So x squared minus 6x plus, pilay dugang diri para makomplete ng square?
9.
9. And because we added 9 on the left, we also add 9 on the right. So we factor this out. This becomes x minus 3 quantity squared. And on the right, this, unsay mabilin sa right?
1.
Y
Minus
1. Okay. So asa nag-open ang parabola? Dala na lang ni review ato ah. Asa nag-open ang parabola? Up, down,
Upward.
left, right. Upward. Very good. Where is the vertex?
Vertex 3,
Asa ang
1.
vertex dapita?
3, 1.
3, 1. Very good. Very good. Ano eh? Sige, next. Let's draw that. So, ang vertex kay naa sa 3, 1. And it opens upward. So let's just say that this is the parabola going upward. Na, balagbati na siya now. And then, where is the line y equals 2? Kung sa'yo porma na, horizontal. Asa ko no siya mo touch? Sa
So,
y-axis at the 2. So, kani. Kana siya. This is y equals 2. And then we have x equals 6. Let's extend this. 3, 4, 5. 5, 6. Tarungon tanigamay itong parabola. Okay. So, x equals 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, kani siya nga line. This is x equals 6. So, asa ang area? Kani siya nga area. Okay? Unsa nga rectangle nato gamiton. Let's find the points of intersection. Sa unsa ni nga point of intersection? Or unsa ni nga point of intersection? Kanisa. Unsa ni nga point of intersection? Pila x diha dapita?
y, x naman daw. 6, 2. 6, 2.
Ha? Pila x diha dapita?
6.
6, 2. Very good. 6, 2.
Squared minus 6x plus 10.
Unsa given diri? X or y? Unsa given diri dapita? Ang x or ang y?
Ang x,
Ang x. Pila x?
6.
6. Okay.
So,
If
6
x is equal to 6, pila y? Asa na to i-substitute?
minus
Asa na to
negative.
i-substitute? Sa parabola, di ba? Dili, negative. No, buyo siya sa first
10.
quadrant.
10.
So, pila na?
10.
Okay, it's 10, di ba? Kaya this is 36 minus 36.
Plus
So,
10.
this is 10. Okay. How about this point? Unsay given diri, x or y?
Y.
Ang y. Y is equal to?
2.
Pilay y din dapita? 2. So,
2.
pilay x?
Nay. 2.
Asa na to i-substitute?
Ito. Daw 2.
Asa i-substitute?
Negative 8.
Diri, di ba? Or
Diri.
diri? Kani. Okay. So, if y is 2, so 2 minus 1, 1.
1.
Yeah, you extract the square root. Yeah,
3.
plus 3. So, pila tanan?
3. 3 times 3. 9 minus 18.
Ako ikuan ha. Sige. So, x minus 3 quantity squared equals y minus 1. So, if you extract the square root, x minus 3 equals plus minus square root of y minus 1. And x is equal to plus minus square root of y minus 1 plus 3. Naka-follow mo?
Yeah.
Yes. So, do we choose the plus or the minus? Do we choose the plus or the minus?
Plus ka na sa right.
Plus kay nasa right. So, kung y kuno is equal to 2, so this is 2 minus 1, that's 1.
1.
Square root of 1 is 1. Plus
4.
3, so pila? 4.
4.
So, kani nga, kuan diri kay 4. Dugangan nako be. Kani siya nga point sa pikas. Unsay given diri, x or y? Kani.
Y.
Unsay given ani, y? So, y is also 2. So, pilay x niya?
2 and out.
Pilay x niya? Asa naman sa gahapon ta substitute? Diri na pod. Pero unsa na itong pilion? Ang minus na. Nganong minus naman? Kay naaman siya sa left dapita. No? So, y minus 1 is still equal to 1, but the square root of 1 is 1, pero kaninang negative. So, negative 1 plus 3. So, pila man? That is 2. Very good. Nakasabot mo anong plus minus ha? Sige. What do you vertical or horizontal strip? Vertical or horizontal strip? Let's use the two. Let's use the two. Let's use vertical. Ari lang na to i-drawing ang rectangle. Kung vertical, this is dx and the height is, unsa kanito? Y upper minus y lower. Unsay y nga nasa upper?
10.
Unsa? Parabola or line?
Duha.
Anong duha man? Ari ko, mag-drawing na lang siya ko rectangle dire. Drawing na itong rectangle.
Parabola.
Ang parabola.
Parabola. Yes, parabola. Unsay na sa lower?
Ang line.
Ang y equals to.
Line nga, ako, horizontal, di ba? Okay. Unya, you go from left to right. So, area is equal to the integral. Unsay lower limit niya? You go from left to right man lang. From x equals to x equals. So, asa man tatanaw?
0.
4.
Kani?
4.
4.
Okay, from 4 to
6. Minus,
nakakuha na mo? Point of intersection, rato tanawon. Kung nagtindog gani na ato ang atong strip, ang ato tanawon, ang movement nato gikan sa left, padulong sa right, pero kadturang na part sa area, wala na to ilabot ang uban part diri kay wa man ni sila labot sa area. Ang kanira man nga area to gitanaw, ha? So gikan sa pinaka left sa area padulong sa pinaka right sa area. Okay? Sige. So y of the parabola, so from 4 to 6, y parabola minus y horizontal line dx. What is y of the parabola in terms of x? What is y of the parabola in terms of x?
X squared minus 6x plus 10.
Okay, x squared minus 6x plus 10. And what is the equation of, what is y in terms of x? Diretso naman, di ba? Because ang y nga nasa ubos kay 2. Kakuha mo sa 2? Where I got 2?
Yes.
Asa man ko gikan sa 2? Kani. Kay y
Sorry.
equals 2 man ko, no? Sa equation, di ba? Okay? And then, dx. Or area, integral from 4 to 6, x squared minus 6x plus 8 dx. So could you please give me the answer? The answer is
Ano yun, ma'am? 6. 4. 20
Pas-
over 3 over 3.
pas lagi ako
20 over 3.
very good. 20 over 3 square
Yeah.
units.
Naana di ay.
Nana di ay. Pas lagi akong calculator sa. Okay. How about kung horizontal?
Wow.
Kung horizontal, dy and length equals x on the right minus x on the left. Unsay x nga naa sa right? Line, parabola, unsa man?
Vertical line.
Okay, vertical line. Minus, unsay x nga nasa left? Parabola.
Parabola.
Unsay x nga nasa left? Parabola. So, para maklaro sa mga tao na naghilom-hilom ra, tingali ko kasabot. Muna siya ato ang gitanaw nga rectangle. Ug ang naa sa right kay ang line. Ug ang naa sa left kay ang parabola. So, kani ba yung concept ha? Mura niya itong gamiton inig ka pangita na to sa volume. So, make sure nga nakasabot ta ani. So, area equals. Okay, ang atong movement na sad ani going up from y equals to y equals. Unsay pinakaubos nga value sa y nga part sa shaded region?
2.
2. Unsay pinakataas nga value sa y sa shaded region?
10.
10. Okay. So from 2 to 10, x of the vertical line minus x of the parabola dy. So from 2 to 10, x of the vertical line is 6. Do you follow?
Yeah.
PNG ka ng 6 minus, what is x of the parabola in terms of y? So, asa katanaw? Kani siya.
Equation.
Diba? Sa atong gi-derive. Pero asa atong gamiton ani? Positive, negative?
Positive.
Ang positive. So, square root of y minus 1. Pero ayaw kalimti ang parenthesis. Labi pa og kaning minus nga sign kay sayop kita dx. Sumpay ta diri, area therefore is equal to the integral from 2 to 10. Let's summarize that. 3 minus square root of y minus 1 dy. Kasabot nga nung na 3 na lang? Nakasabot nga nung na 3 na lang? 6 man. Yeah, minus 3. So, 3 na lang. Sige. Solve ko na. Mas dugay ni siya basta na square root. We should be able to get the same answer. Dali ram de. Di lang siya mohatag og fraction. Six point
666.
6.67. Diba, you can round off 6.67 square units. Pero kung ganahan kag exact nga value, diba, kay 6.66 and you put a vinculum there. Diba? Para to indicate that it is a repeating number. And that's still equal to, kung fraction, that's still equal to 20 over 3 square units. Okay. So, kay ba na mo answer on your own? Okay, mag-upload na ba akong activity ninyo? Na. And lastly, example, ganahan mo hyperbola? Parabola lang duha ka parabola lang. Y equals x squared minus 4x plus, Pwede yun sa? Cube, dili to cube ang hyperbola, uy.
Y squared.
Ano sa ganito? Recall. General equation sa conics. Ax squared plus bxy plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f equals 0. If a equals c and b equals 0, unsa nga conic? For example, x squared plus y squared minus 9 equals 0. Unsa na siya?
Circle.
Very good. Circle. If a is not equal to c and b equals 0 and a and c are positive. Unsa na siya? For example, 9x squared plus 4y squared minus 36 equals 0. Unsa na? That is an ellipse. If A or C are 0 and B equals 0 good. So, meaning, si A ra or si C ra ang naa. For example, x squared minus 2x plus y minus 3 equals 0. Or y squared plus 4x minus 2y plus 1 equals 0. So, unsa ni siya?
Parabola.
So, mailhan man na nato dito sa parabola. Kaya isa ra ang square. So, it's either x squared or y squared ang naa. Circle gani, kinahanglan pareha gyud ang coefficient si x squared ug si y squared. Kung dili gani sila equal og coefficient niya nag-plus na silang duha, ellipse gina siya. So meaning, what makes a hyperbola? Kano sa ta makahibaw kung hyperbola?
Pag negative.
Yes.
Pag may negative.
A and C have opposite signs. And b equals 0. So, for example, 9x squared minus 4y squared minus 36 equals 0. Hyperbola na siya. Ba? Na-recall na mo gamay. Sige. So, this is a parabola. And this is also a parabola. Pangutana, unsay porma anang duha ka parabola? Asa nag-open si y equals x squared minus 4x plus 1? O asa nag-open si y equals negative x squared plus 6x, saan na siya? Minus 7. Anybody?
Ang first kay up, ang second kay down.
Ang first kay up, ang second kay down. Sayon na kayo no,
Down.
basta na Desmos. Sayon na kayo, basta na Desmos. Okay, the first one is opening upward. Hasta may vertex ani?
Vertex kay
Ang first one kay
One.
upward.
negative
Hasta
1.
vertex ana niya?
2. 2, 1.
Dili, uy.
Ay,
Two
Minus
negative
4.
one.
Minus 4x man na siya.
2-5.
Ha?
2-5.
Let's try to see.
Negative 1
X squared minus 4x
minus 4x.
plus
Ay,
1
may plus.
equals y.
Negative 1
So,
plus
x squared minus 4x equals y minus 1.
1.
X squared
Ay,
minus
minus
4x plus
Plus
4
4.
equals
May
y
plus 4
minus 1 plus 4.
Plus
4.
So,
3.
x minus 2 quantity squared equals y plus 3.
3.
So, asa siya nag-open?
2,
Upward.
negative.
Ang vertex niya kay 2 negative.
3.
Okay, 2 negative 3. 1,
Ubos ka.
2, 3, 1, 2. So, na siya sa ubos. Kani.
Ubos kami. Negative
Ay,
3.
2 man na. Sa kani ko ng squared nga paper itong gamiton. So, 2, negative 3. Okay? And then, how about the other one? Let's go back to the other one. Sa isa, y or x squared minus 6x equals negative y plus 7. Naka-follow? Akong gibalhin si x squared o si 6x diri sa left o niya si y akong gibalhin sa right.
Plus
So
9.
x squared minus 6x plus 9 equals negative y plus 7 plus 9.
16.
So x minus 3 quantity squared equals negative y
Negative
plus
y
16.
plus 16.
Or x minus 3 quantity squared equals negative quantity y minus 16. So the vertex is at 3, 16. Asa siya nag-open?
Downward.
Downward. 3, 16 to no? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Napasog duha. Kani. Okay, ang pangutana, asa sila mag-abot? Okay, let's check kung asa sila mag-abot duha. So we will equate.
equal to 0 plus
Since
2y
x squared
equals to negative 6.
equate
2y,
the 2.
2y
So x
equals
squared
to 2x
minus
minus
4x plus 1 equals negative x squared plus 6x minus 7. I-transpose na ko sa left. Ma-2x squared na siya, no?
2x squared
Minus
minus
10x
10x
plus
plus
8
8
equals
divided by
0.
2.
So
X
x
squared
squared
minus 5
minus 5x
plus
plus
4.
4 equals 0.
X
X
equals
minus
to
4,
x
x
minus 1.
minus 1. So
X
x
equals
equals
to 4.
4
X equals to
and
1.
x equals 1. If x is equal to 4, pila si y?
4 times 4, 16 minus 16, 1.
1. If x equals 1,
1, 1, negative 2.
negative 2. Naawa na to, be? Kung mauban na ang kuan, x squared minus 4x plus 1 ug y equals negative x squared plus 6x minus 7. So 4 kani, 4, 1, niya kani kay 1, negative 2. 4, 1, 1, negative 2. Let's go back to our drawing. Asa man ang 4, 1? 1, negative 2. 1, negative 2. So this one. 1, negative 2 is this. Yeah, 4, 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Sakto akong pag-label. Kaya pasa, sure, ta sa itong kuan. 2, negative 3. Sakto na siya. Ang isa, negative x squared plus 6x minus 7. I think there's something wrong here. Okay, nasayop ko, class. This should be minus. Nakabantay mo?
Wala.
Nakabantay? Wala po, no? Okay, at lang sa mamda. Gibalhin si x squared ug si 6x padung sa left. So, munang na positive si x squared ug na negative siya. Si y, gibalhin sa right, munang ma-negative siya, pero si 7 kay mo remain raman siya. So, dapat
Negative.
minus ni siya. Layo kaayo siya. Okay. So, minus. So, pila na yung nahabilin din ha?
2.
Plus 2. Pag plus 2,
Negative
minus
2.
2. So, as pila dapat ni siya?
2.
So, na siya dapat sa 3, 2. No? So, na siya dapat sa 3, 2. Balik ko diri. So, wala siya sa 3, 16, kundi na siya sa 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 2. So, it's this. And this is 4, 1. And this is, kagamay dahil sa kong buhat nga kuan. 1, negative 2. So, the curve, first curve, kay nag-open siya upward. So, kani siya, no? Ma-open na siya padung taas, ana. Yung moagi na siya, ana nga points. Na? And then the second curve goes down. Na. The curve that opens upward is y equals x squared minus 4x plus 1. And the curve that goes downward is y equals negative x squared plus 6x minus 7. So the region that we are dealing with is this region. So ang pangutana, unsay porma sa strip? Is it horizontal or vertical?
Pwede daw.
Pwede duha or kanang as a whole ra gyud dili na nimo i-divide into two parts. Unsay
Vertical.
forma sa strip nga kanang lahi-lahi gyud nga curve ang iyahang ma-touch on each end? Vertical or horizontal? The answer is vertical. Okay, the answer is vertical because kung horizontal class, diri dapita, pareha ra nga parabola iyang matouch, di ba? Kung diri dapita, pareha ra nga parabola iyang matouch. Pero kana, all throughout, lahi-lahi gyud. Loy, alas 8 na class. Should we stop this? Yeah, continue na lang ni tomorrow. Ha? Pwede ra kay tapuso na lang. So those who want to leave, pwede ra jud mo leave na lang no nya. Ako ra man sa i-upload, ako ra man i-upload ang recording. No, nilobot na akong kuan. Give up na ako. Pero you know, hapit naman, gamay naman lang. So, area therefore is integral. So, kay vertical man, unsay x nga nasa pinaka-left?
Left. Negative x squared.
Ha? Ang limits na to ba?
2.
Vertical man no, vertical na no. So dx, ang h niya kay y upper minus y lower. So ang y nga nasa upper kay ang parabola nga unsa may nasa taas nga nag-down minus ang y nga parabola nga nag-open upward. Nya mo go man siya from left to right. So x equals to x equals. Unsay x nga naa sa pinaka left? Unsay value sa x sa tanan points nga nasa pinaka left? Tanawa tanan points natong gi-label.
1.
Value sa x. Yes, it's 1. Unsay value sa x nga nasa pinaka right?
4.
4. Ana ra inyong tanawon ha. Pinaka left, pinaka right, pinaka bottom ug pinaka taas. So 1 to 4 and na y nga nag-face downward minus y nga nag-face upward dx. Okay. What is y in terms of x sa parabola nga nag-face downward? Asay parabola nga nag-face downward ani?
Negative x squared.
Okay, negative x squared plus 6x minus 7. Minus parabola na nag-face upward is x squared minus 4x plus 1. Yes, and simplifying that, pwede ra gyud dili i-simplify, pwede ra po di-input diretso sa calculator, makuha na diretso na ang answer. Sige daw.
Maria.
Very funny, wasa.
Nine.
Okay, 9 square units.